you ready?
I'm ready. You ready?
Hi, everybody. It's Last Night Show with Miz Meliz. That's me. I'm Melissa Reyes, and I'm so excited to welcome you tonight. I'm very thrilled because tonight is my first guest. We have Vernon Ross in the house. I'm thrilled to invite to introduce him to you, and he'll be with us in just a couple of minutes. But before that, I'm going to bring in Cindy so we can just chat for a few minutes and say hey to everybody as everybody's getting here. Cindy's like, I'm so ready. And Anna's here. Hey there, hi there, ho there. Okay, so I'm going to bring in Cindy right now. I'm just going crazy here. It's with excitement. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Melissa. How was your day today?
It was really good, busy and fun and enlightening. And you know what I realized? First of all, you have to tell me what it's called because I had a brain weird thing that I can't remember what I realized. Okay. I know that sounds silly.
You can't talk today either.
I can't talk right now. My mouth is tongue-tied because you know how I get so excited. Okay.
What'd you realize?
Have you seen Finding Nemo?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how in Finding Nemo they all are trying to get to Sydney, Australia, and there's that current. What's that thing called?
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about, and I have no recollection.
It's like the EEA or the EAA or something. Okay, she's my fact finder. Cindy's going to find out for me. But that stream that's going and that takes them right to where they want to go, that is what I feel like I'm on. I'm on this really cool energy thing that's taking me right where I want to go. I'm meeting all the right people. We're all going fast, and it's exciting, and it's all the happy people, and all the fun stuff is happening, and it's good every day. And it's like I want it to be the EEA. East Australian Current, the EAC, dude. I'm on the EAC, Cindy. Let's go.
There was the South Equatorial Current too.
Well, let's see if that doesn't sound as much fun, but the South Equatorial's Current is the S.
There's two. There's the EAC, the East Australian Current, and the SEC, which is the South Equatorial.
I'm on the current, man. Let's go.
I'm with you.
Let's do it. Let's do this. I'm psyched. So I just wanted to show you real quick. I just want to tell you that, Cindy. That's why you're here, just so I could tell you that. And so that you could look it up. Nailed it. Hi, Anthony. Hi, I'm happy that you're here. Thank you so much for sharing this with your web series friends. And I want to show you guys and ladies and gentlemen and kids and children and people everywhere. I wanted to bring in this video. Talk, Cindy, you talk while I find it.
Oh, I was going to say, so you have a video on who?
Chris Strub, because Chris Strub, I did show this the other day, but we didn't have the audio. Now that I have the audio worked out, I want to show.
Better.
Yeah, it's going to be 100% better. So I'm going to show this. Open. Oh, click on it first, then open.
You know, I did not see last night's show with Miz Meliz.
Why not?
You know, that's the second question I should have come up with an answer with before I said I didn't see last night's show.
Isn't that funny? So that is Chris Strub's little bit that he did for me about last night's show with Miz Meliz, and I just love that. So I played that the other day, and then I got a message from Vernon saying, wait a second, was it on last night? Because I'm supposed to be on. And then he's like, oh, wait, I understand now. It's Wednesday night, right? And so I just found out through this internet loveliness that Vernon and Chris know each other. And so I want to try to figure out, kind of get the dots connected for me so I can know for sure like how this all happened, because I feel like I've known Vernon longer than I've known Chris and longer than I've been doing live streaming. So I actually interviewed Vernon Ross back when I was using Spreecast combined with Meerkat. Okay, so yeah, it is a small world. So now today I saw this other video. I think I had it on my Facebook. I don't know if I downloaded it yet, but it was Vernon was doing it. I saw it on Chris Strub's Twitter, and Vernon recorded a rap for the Never Settle show. So, okay, so Vernon's there, he's watching, he's gonna come in again, and I'm gonna bring him in, and we're gonna talk about that, because I can't wait to see what that is all about. He knows Chris Strub, he's talking about the Never Settle show, he's got all kinds of things going on, and I feel like, wow, you know, small world, how things come around. I met Vernon back when I was, a blogger at the Latina Lifestyles conference, and it was the Latina Lifestyles. There's the other words in there. Anyway, and I think he was introducing the speaker, or somebody was introducing him. Anyway, I can't even remember, it's so long ago. So much has happened since then, and we both have done so much since then. So I can't wait. So. He's talking about it being so bad, the rap. But Vernon, come back in to Be Live so I can introduce you and we can talk to each other. So those of you who don't know Vernon, this is what Vernon looks like. Vernon Ross, ladies and gentlemen. He just wrote a book, and it is we're going to talk about that. And how do I get me back? Hello, I'm back. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. And let's see, I'm sending me messages. He sent an image and a PDF. Well, all right. Well, I'm going to have to see what happens when he joins me. He's got to come back. Oh, here he is. Yay. Yay. And here he is. Vernon Ross, everybody.
Hey, what's going on?
Okay, I'm getting it to work. This is not a long show, but thank you so much. Vernon, welcome to last night's show with Miz Meliz.
Hey, what is going on?
What is going on? Well, doing live stream on Bubbler Media.
Right, I was not on last night's show.
But you're here tonight.
I am.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. Why don't you introduce yourself? I'm going to put you on here. You ready?
No. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, tell us about yourself, Vernon.
So, about me. I'm author, podcaster, digital marketer, digital strategist. I do stuff with social media, pretty much. I mean, that's kind of me in a nutshell. I actually got my start in the video games industry doing stuff with video game marketing. Me and a friend of mine put together some video game tournaments. Always been a gamer, so we did stuff where we would get a bunch of gamers to get together, and we would network all of these Xboxes together, and they'd sit there and they'd play Halo and do Counter-Strike with computers, and we charge an entry fee. And the way I got into the whole marketing thing was I realized that there was a gap in the tournament market. You had all these tournaments going on back and forth, but nobody was offering prizes. So I decided to start soliciting companies that met the demographic and asking them for prizes. And I knew that people that had stuff to give away were video game companies, movie companies. They always had marketing stuff that they would give away as prizes or promotions and never give all of it away. Oh. So I'm like, okay, well, if there's a conference like E3, I would call all the conferences or all the vendors that were going to be presenting at E3 and ask them for the stuff that they took back. I'm like, well, hey, I know you guys were at E3. You had a whole bunch of stuff. I'm sure you got some of it sitting around.
What's E3?
It is the Electronics Entertainment Expo.
There you go, Electronics Entertainment Expo.
Yeah, it's like the biggest video game convention pretty much in the world. And so I would go through and just start cold calling all these companies. It's like, hey, we're going to have a tournament. We're going to have this many kids, and we'd love to give us away something in your behalf. And so started doing it like that.
Yeah.
And that was how we got our tournaments to get packed. And that was how I learned about marketing and social media and sponsorship. And that was during the MySpace days. So I had a bunch of people on MySpace, right?
Days. Jeez.
Right. Yeah. So I had people following me from MySpace, and you could actually get people to do stuff back then. So you could get people from online to the real world, which was really cool because you could actually set up an event, tell people it's going to be somewhere, and they would show up. Unlike with Facebook, you set up an event, and maybe 3 or 4 of your friends will respond that they're actually going to attend, if it's not some huge major thing. So it was a bit of a difference back then because it was so young and people were so not used to social media that it was a lot easier to build committed audiences that would do things.
So bring us back up to about the time I met you, which was like, do you remember the Latina Lifestyles conference in LA? It was at that Makers
I know we
downtown.
met. Yeah, we met somewhere around there. Like you said, it was so long ago. I do not remember. But
I know. I
that
or
brings
maybe
up,
it was NMX.
I think you know what? It was New Media Expo.
NMX Expo.
Yep.
Yeah, I went up and talked to you there. You were introducing somebody or something. And
yeah, I think they asked me to introduce. I don't know. It was somebody. I don't really remember who it was, but yeah, I think you met me when I was actually speaking.
Yeah, and I was looking for Dino. What's his name?
Yeah, Dino Dugan. Yeah.
Dino Dugan. Oh my gosh, I was stalking him.
Triber. Yeah.
I'm still on Triber, and I interviewed him. It was one of my first interviews, and did a Skype interview with him.
Yeah, no, Dino was a good guy.
About building relationships.
Yes.
Community building. It was awesome.
Yeah, I still have an account over there. I get the emails every now and then from Triber.
It's pushing out a lot of links on Twitter, but I connect with those people. And I met a lot of authors that way.
Yeah.
So, but that's a talk for another day, Vernon. So when you were doing that circuit, the speaker circuit and stuff, were you already working on your book? I know you already had a podcast.
No. So I started the podcast just to try to complement what I was doing with clients. The biggest thing you can do for your business is have your own platform. So, if you're in marketing, no matter what your business is, your customers are going to take you more seriously if you have a platform, especially if you're being featured as an expert on a particular platform. So either being interviewed on podcast or radio or TV or something like that. And hey, there's a book.
Here's your book.
Or podcasting was just kicking off right around 2013 or really getting really, really popular. It's been around for years, but it was experiencing this resurgence. I heard Michael Stelzner talk about 2013 was a year of the podcast, that if you hadn't had one, you should start one right now. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to start a podcast. So I started one, and I was doing, some speaking and stuff like that. And I always wanted to write the book, and I had started on it, but it turned out that the book that I wrote was completely crap. That was bad.
The throwaway book.
Yeah, I didn't even finish it. I got to about 11,000 words.
Oh my gosh.
And I made the mistake that a lot of authors make is I read it. And then I realized that.
Oh, okay. You before you finished it.
Yeah, I read it, and I'm glad I did because it was really bad.
I doubt it. I bet if you looked at it now, probably there's some good.
Oh
stuff.
No, I will never look at it again because it's been burned.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna hold that thought. Not hold that thought. Let's let that thought.
Let's let that thought go.
Pin it.
Right.
Let's pin it. Okay.
Right.
Put it in the parking lot, as they say in conference land. You've heard that term, right?
All right, we're gonna put it in the parking lot. We'll come back around to it.
We'll come back around to it, maybe, if we have time, because we're gonna talk about bow ties. Switch gears, because Emily just came in.
I saw that.
Emily Shatters. She says bow ties are cool.
Yes, they are.
So look at this.
It's
you
Wednesday.
Have made a thing. You are the bow tie guy.
I got to tell you about that.
Tell me about that.
So, let's see. Do I have it over there? I do have it over there. I'll have to run over and grab it.
Sorry about the cough drop, but if I don't have a cough drop, I start.
No, you're good.
Coughing. So unprofessional, but that's okay. It's late night show. I can be on tonight.
Right? So my 13-year-old at the time, now she's 15, she was really into Doctor Who. We're both into Doctor Who. I've been into Doctor Who all my life. So she's like, but in particular, the Matt Smith Doctor Who. One of my favorite. She's like, hey, you should start wearing bow ties like Doctor Who. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to start wearing bow ties like Doctor Who. She goes, no, you really should. And I'm like, no, Taylor, I'm not 6, so I'm not going to wear a bow tie every day.
Bow ties.
And she's like, no, you should wear one. So after a little bit of, influencing from her and her mentioning it a few times, I'm like, okay, I tell you what, let's pick a day.
Feet are cool.
And we decided to pick a day. And she's like, how about Tuesdays? And I'm like, no, how about Thursday? She's like, okay, cool. Bow tie Thursday. And I'm like, all right, I'll wear a bow tie every Thursday until you tell me to stop. And so 2.5 years later,
what?
I wear a bow tie every Thursday.
What a great dad you are.
I'm trying.
You are. So this is you on Twitter, right? And Facebook,
Twitter,
Instagram,
and Snapchat.
Snapchat, Ross PR.
Yep.
And because of this, I called you Ross throughout my whole first interview with you.
Right?
I was so embarrassed. Remember, I'm like, Ross. I mean, Vernon.
Now everybody calls me Ross.
Oh, no, that's what you said. So you enabled me. You're an enabler.
I am.
I know. So anyway, but on your website, it's Vernon Ross.
Yes, VernonRoss.com. And on Facebook, I'm just Vern Ross because I couldn't get my name.
Yeah, I know. That's how I'm kind of weird things to different places, but it's still good to use your name because when you Google someone,
right,
all that stuff comes up, right? So VernonRoss.com.
Orange and white polka dot, huh? No, I don't know. I have a polka dot, but it's black and white.
Polka dot one?
Yeah.
Oh, you would totally rock it. And you know, what about the pocket squares? Do you do the pocket squares or are you not in a jacket?
No, I do pocket squares if I have a jacket.
I like that.
So if I have a jacket on, pocket square, definitely pocket square.
That's nice. So, okay, we have a few more minutes. So tell me about the book. I'll put the picture back up here.
The book that I've got right here.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, it's called Master Your Message. And actually, Taylor, if you guys are looking at the book, she had a lot to do with this cover. She helped pick the color. We refined some stuff. She messed around with the spacing. Because they actually had a professional artist do it. It's published by Morgan James Publishing, but she had a lot of input on the color scheme and everything else for the book because we looked at bookstores and identified that orange and white and red were colors that were common among books that were starting to come out. And then right after we picked the final colors, I don't have it sitting over here, but the Tools for Titans book came out by Tim Ferriss, and it's orange and black. And I'm like, yep, that was a good choice to go with orange. And everybody seems to like this cover. The
best in online businesses.
Mm-hmm. The best in online business, social media, and networking. That's what I talk about on the podcast. So anything that is online business or business related, it's mostly origin story. So I find out, how people do what they do, why they do what they do, and the mistakes that they made along the way. So the podcast started out, I was going to be social media talking about tactics and tools and stuff to use. And that just became silly after about the second episode. And I'm like, no, because I don't really want to know any of that. I want to know more about how people do things because I'm being selfish and curious. So if you're going to start a podcast, do something that, you're curious about, that you want to learn about. And that's made the show good to a lot of people. A lot of people like the fact that I dig into the background and like the last guest I had on the podcast, he was a coach named Petra Foster. She's out of the UK. And one of the first things I asked her was, well, she's a coach. I'm like, well, why are so many coaches broke? And she just cracked up. She goes, oh, wow, you went there, didn't you? I'm like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. So, I mean, people want to know stuff like that, and they don't want to ask. And that's why I like having a podcast because it
very nice comment here from
opens
Philip.
Up things. Yeah,
this book is amazing. It's a must read.
Nice, thank you.
Nice,
yeah, Phil, that's my guy. He's an amazing guy. Phil is something else. He owns a shoe shine booth but he actually has his own products in Nordstrom's online and in Nordstrom stores. He actually used to be a shoe shine guy at Nordstrom's, developed his own product line, and he's writing a book, and he's a motivational speaker. And you'd be surprised, you see like these businessmen sitting at his booth, and they're listening to him instead of the other way around. Yeah,
cool.
he's an amazing guy.
Let's be in touch with you. Like Bubbler Media, everybody, so we can make sure that we see you back here every night at 8 o'clock Pacific time, every weeknight. My husband wants me to make sure I tell him, everybody, I'm not here Saturday and Sunday night. Every weeknight, 8 p.m. Pacific time, it's Last Night Show with Miz Meliz. We have guests from time to time, and stick around because we're doing some funny birthday stuff from the birthday book right here. We'll be talking about this in a minute.
A huge
and
book.
we're going to do a little bit with you right now. So I'm just going to put you on here, and if you can just say, I wasn't on Last Night's Show with Miz Meliz, and then you can say whatever you want after that, okay?
Okay. I wasn't on Last Night's Show with Miz Meliz.
Why not?
The reason why? Aliens.
That's awesome. Aliens ate my Buick. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Vernon. I wish we could talk more. I still have a little mystery about how you and Chris Strub know each other, but maybe we'll find out tomorrow night.
It was a conference.
Conference, yeah. Networking, social media strategy.
That's it. That's it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you again sometime very soon, and maybe in person.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
All right. See you. Bye.
Take care. Thank you. That's so awesome. I really love catching up with somebody, especially after it's been a while since I've seen them, and seeing them succeed and continue with their success and go on to doing more things. So I'm going to bring back Cindy. Hi, Cindy.
Hello.
We have a couple of minutes to really quickly do our birthdays. Whose birthday is it today?
It's April 26th.
It is. All day.
We have Channing Tatum.
Oh my God, you're kidding. Channing Tatum?
Happy birthday, Channing.
Did I ever show you? I wish I had that picture. Did I ever? Oh, you're welcome. Vernon says, thanks for having me. Thank you for being here. You're so awesome. I can't wait to see you again next time. Did I ever tell you about when I went to the Magic Mike premiere?
No, but I would love to have gone to it with you.
Oh, you got to go to the preview of it, and they had all these guys that they wasn't the actual actors, but they looked like the guys from the Magic Mike movie, and we got to take our picture with them. So I'll have to show you that picture next time. Woo, that was a fun night. Anyway, so just thinking about it, that was fun. I love that movie.
So tell us about a person who was born today.
The April 25th? April 25th?
6.
Good thing I didn't read April 25th. That was last night. April 26th? It's Taurus. The person born on this day is artistic and creative. That's our type of people, huh, Cindy? With a first-rate head for business and finance. Boy, they could be friends with all of us. Serious about your long-term goals, you have the requisite persistence and determination to turn your visionary ideas into practical realities. If your birthday's today, you better call us because we want you on Bubbler Media. All righty then. Outwardly gracious and charming, just like Channing, what's his name? Tatum? Outwardly gracious, hot, and charming. Inside you are extremely shrewd and sensible. A flair for management and problem solving furthers your prospects for success. Well, there's a lot more about you, but mentally inquisitive, you enjoy exploring new territory and have a knack for translating your innovative ideas into forms that can be communicated to others. That was a long sentence. Anyway, happy birthday, Channing. Happy birthday, everybody else whose birthday it is today. And anybody else's birthday?
Yes, a lot of people. Melania Trump.
Happy birthday, Melania Trump.
Yeah, and then I was looking at
Kevin.
I know. Kevin James, an actor, Jet Li. I mean, these are very creative people who are just, I mean.
Like it said.
It's awesome. Awesome.
The book is on Target today.
And Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett. Totally. Carol Burnett. I love Carol Burnett.
She's a funny lady, isn't she?
She is. Well, I want to end on time, so I want to say good night to you, Cindy. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you, everybody. I'm going to just come over here and play you a nice little video to say good night. Don't go away, because you're all going to want to see this. It's awesome. But, of course, I didn't have it ready because I was talking about birthdays, so I'm just going to talk like this until I figure out what I'm doing. It was in... Oh God, I can't talk and do this at the same time. Here we go. All right, you're going to love this, ladies and gentlemen and people. Who's here? 4 people are here. Isn't that exciting? I hope you enjoy this on the replay because I know you're all going to be watching this tomorrow. It's late for some of you.
Good. Let me know.
Lito and I are in front of the Magic Castle in Hollywood, California. It's gonna be a fun night.
You're both in here. Hi!